I always talk to you about culture. And
You do
and
always
I
talk to me
do.
about
And
that.
because, Capital Ale House has a certain culture. You bring on a new employee, they learn what the culture is. What used to be over there is not acceptable here. How do you do that? And then, Stacie, we're going to come to you. I can teach you the billable things. I can teach you all those things. How do you communicate what the culture is of the organization to the first employee? Amy?
Well, first you lead by example. I mean, that's your leadership, and your leadership style can be different from place to place, and different staff members will react differently depending on what that is. But we have a very thorough onboarding orientation, going over the policy manuals and handbooks and expectations, and where the company came from, so that they have an idea of how we got to where we are now. I think is also very important and speaks a lot to who Capital Ale House and Fest Beer Garden are as a business and part of the community. And part of our culture is, we do a lot for the community. We do a lot of community outreach, and I think that is a big pillar for us as well.
Stacie, there you go. I mean, to me, it would seem like the easy part is the nuts and bolts. How do you get that done? This is what we do. The culture part seems to be finding the right person who gets it, who sort of fits the culture, and then explaining to them not just this is what we do, that this is how we do it, and the why.
Right. So I would agree the fit is very important, having worked in a few different consulting firms, and one of them being a social entrepreneurship based firm. And that was important because you had to have a fit of a mindset of somebody who wanted to do something for the community and felt that value. It wasn't just all about the money, right?
Mhm.
Making the dollar. For my company, it's very important that the people I work with or bring on have had small business experience. Either they've worked in a very small business or they've owned one. You need to understand the pain points of that customer base. And so for me to build the culture, my approach is I'm taking Tim with me into my larger consulting state agency so he can see what that part of the business is and actually experience it. He's going to work in the business there, as well as bring him along. He's now engaged in with Robin's Hope, which is one of the nonprofits that I work with. He's going to be engaged in with one of my small businesses of guiding her. It's a small cleaning company that I've been bringing, helping along. But to really learn how to engage and understand what characteristics and how the empathetic component of that is important. The importance of relationship building first, and then understanding what the customer needs, customizing solutions for their needs, and setting a path that will work for that customer. And so the only way to do that is to bring him along with me and help him understand that. I know from hiring him that he already has that background. He's already run his own small business. So he meets those types of criteria. But it is a personality match. It is a skill set match, and it is just getting them on the ground with you when you're little. Like with Capital Ale House, you have more formalized because you're bigger, you're broader, right? You have more formalized onboarding. With me, and many small businesses, it's going to be come right along with the original founder and make sure
You start to see, and then
you
they're going
plant
to.
the seeds there.
That's
What a great opportunity, though, for someone to learn.
Mm-hmm.
That was such an advantage of being small business, is because you are right there next to the owner or CEO or whomever. And learning all the things that is invaluable.
Well, and one of the taglines I used to, or mantras, I guess is better, is the journey is just as important as the destination. How we do things and the way we approach it is almost more important than where we end up. We're going to end up, because I have a lot of people where they're doers. They're very, in the DISC model, they're the doers. Get it done. Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's just get it done. And I'm like, no. We need to get it done right the first time. Yeah. So slow you roll a little bit and let's get it done.